Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Jess and today we are back with another wine night. I keep doing this where I keep having coffee instead of wine. I keep trying to tell myself to film these at night so I can have wine, or at least like at a better time than in the morning. For whatever reason, I've been putting myself in the situation where I just don't have wine available, or I'm just like not feeling awake enough in order to film a wine night when it's appropriate to have wine, I guess. So sorry, but I'm having coffee again. But I figured I would go through and tell you guys all about the last week that I had. I've been finding that it's really fun for me to film little snippets while I'm in the moment and then kind of just tell you guys about it in sort of like a wine night type capacity. Let me know what you guys think about it, but I don't know, it's just been more fun for me. It makes me feel like I can be more present while I'm in the moment, and then also allows me to elaborate with you guys as to what it is that's happening. Before we get started, as always, if you have any recommendations for any of my true crime stories, feel free to leave it in the comments below, or there's a Google form that's in the description. You can always leave it there. And then if you have any recommendations for my wine nights or Saturday videos in general, feel free to also leave that in the comments. I have a couple of ideas that people have given me recently that I think could be really fun, so I might start executing those, but would love to know what you guys would like to see. So again, I figured that we would just kind of go through what it is that happened in this last week. So first off, it was Monday, and Monday was my mom's birthday. She is still living in Washington State, so we obviously were not able to hang out, but I was able to chat with her on the phone quite a bit, which was really nice. And I've been just trying to make more time for talking to her on the phone about anything, not just like, hey, do you have an answer to this, but more just like, how's it going, and that kind of thing. And not just for my mom, but for a lot more people in my life too. I feel like I need to just ask how people are doing more often, and I feel like sometimes I'm so wrapped up in whatever it is I'm doing that sometimes I forget to just check in. So either way, we had the chance to check in, talk, and that was really nice. And then because it was her birthday, I don't know what it was about the day, but things kept going right that day. So I will definitely get into that, but we just kept calling them birthday miracles. A couple of things happened that I was really excited about, and I just kept calling her and being like, it's another birthday miracle. So that was really exciting. That leads me into the next thing. I was able to get a new microphone, and I have been looking for a new microphone for quite some time. You guys have actually already seen the microphone in a couple of my videos because I posted those before this one's going out, but I actually was able to get it on a discount, which I was really excited about, and it was the one that I was wanting. And again, I've just been looking for something to boost my channel to that next degree a little bit more, and I knew a mic was the next step. So I was really excited when this one went on sale. So that was one of the birthday miracles. The other birthday miracle was that I got some new 21 Pilots merch, which I have been waiting for quite some time for. I was supposed to have all of the merch in May, and then there just kept being distribution errors and just like all this stuff. At a point, the company was like, oh, we already sent it. What are you talking about? And it was just like a whole mess. So thankfully I finally got that, and it was like, I didn't get any kind of shipping notification or anything. It just all of a sudden popped up at my door. So I was very excited about it. I think I talked about this in a past video, but I was getting to a point where I was just getting frustrated about the merch, and I really did want it. So it was so exciting when I did get it, and it was just like at my doorstep, and I didn't have any notification that it was coming. So again, that was another birthday miracle from my mom. I also was dog sitting a dog that I really do love. His name is Howie, and I think he's been in a couple of my videos in the past. So I had the chance to just like hang out with him while I was working, which was really nice. He's just the sweetest dog ever. And after that, I went back home, and it was my last day with Howie. So I went home and I hung out with P for the rest of the evening and just kind of like tried to give him as much time as I possibly could. So then on Tuesday, I started watching another dog that I've watched a couple of times. His name is Blue, and he is another sweetheart. He actually has very interesting, like he has a problem with meeting people for the first time. So when I first met him, we had to actually like make no eye contact, walk around the block, things like that. And now when I come over, he just like runs down the stairs and greets me and like licks my face and stuff. And he's just the sweetest. It was my first day of a couple of days with Blue. On Tuesday, I basically just worked for the whole day, and then I worked on a video that I wanted to get done. And then after that, I just went home, and again, I hung out with P. And on that day, we actually, while I was at Blue's house, we had a handyman come over and we got our doors fixed. So I now have a lock on my door, and then I also got him to fix, we had a couple of issues with our doors. So like our kitchen door would just like not close all the way. So it would just unhinge sometimes and just be wide open. And then P would get into the kitchen, which we wanted to try to avoid because he would eat the cat food. It was a whole thing. And then on a couple of other doors, the doorknobs were messed up. So every time you would use the doorknob, it would just fall off. So luckily we got those fixed and now everything works the way it's supposed to. And it's just so much nicer once you have doors that actually work. And again, my door now locks, which is nice because it is actually outward facing. So now I can actually lock it and make sure that I am ultra secure. On Wednesday, I was watching Blue again. And then on my lunch break, I went over to the UPS store and grocery shopping. I had to run a couple of errands because I needed to return some things from Amazon. I had bought some things that broke, and so they just exchanged them for me essentially, but you have to go to the UPS store to turn it in. So had to do that, but it was nice because it was a different area from what I'm used to, and so I got to explore a little bit and just kind of walk around during my lunch break. And honestly, I don't do that often on my lunch breaks. Since I'm working from home, I usually just cook some food and then like read a book for a little while or watch a YouTube video, and I don't get out and walk as much as I probably should. So it was actually really nice to have to do that thing and get to explore a new part of the city. After that, I just worked for the rest of the day, and then after my work day, I filmed yet another video, and then I went back home and I saw a banjo when I was walking up to my door. And then after that, I noticed that across the street from my house, they were doing a big commercial. So there's like a parking lot nearby my house, and so that's usually where the set has all of their wardrobe and everything. So it's kind of fun to get the chance to like be on your stoop and looking out at a commercial or a movie being made. I can't remember if it was a commercial or a TV show now that I say it out loud, but it was something like that. So it was kind of cool to just kind of see what was going on and see the behind the scenes. Ryan's also been on a trip with his family in Boston. So he actually came home today, and it was really exciting because I hadn't seen him for about a week, I believe. And so I knew that at some point we were going to get to see each other again, and I wanted to hear all about his trip aside from like the little snippets I was hearing over text. And then on Thursday was Ryan's birthday. So my mom's birthday and Ryan's birthday are just days apart. I don't know. It's just funny to me that their birthdays are so close together. Basically on Thursday, it was my last day with Blue. So I hung out with him in the morning, and then I headed out around lunchtime, and then I went back over to my house, and Ryan met me there, and he just kind of like hung out with P, cuddled a little bit, told me about his trip. Again, it was just nice to see him after about a week and also get to spend some of his birthday with him. And then I went back to work, and then I went to go get my nails done, which I haven't done in so long, like way before COVID. I probably haven't gotten my nails done since like, it was definitely in like 2019 actually. So it's been at least 2 years, but it had been a really long time, and I was really excited to get my nails done just because it's one of those things that's like feels pampering, and like I just don't do that often. I'm not usually the kind of person to do that. But after that, I started to try to do my nails more often just at home, and I don't know, I'm just starting to like it. I don't think I've ever really been the kind of person to like to do my nails, but who knows, maybe I'm changing. But either way, after that, I was headed home, and then my roommate actually knocked on my door and was like, "You have to go see the sunset." And it was absolutely gorgeous. I mentioned it to Ryan, and he sent me a picture from the skate park that he went to, and it was seriously so beautiful. I don't think I've seen a better sunset, and it was breathtaking. It was just so beautiful. So on Friday, I woke up, and it was one of the first days that I haven't had to go run off to another dog sitting situation. So I actually spent a good amount of time just hanging out in bed with P, and then after cuddling for a little while, I went out and I played frisbee with him, and I tried to give him some extra attention and love. I feel like when I'm not waking up with him and spending the whole day with him, that I need to give him more time. And then after that, I went on a run, and I went for 2 miles, and I went for 2 miles because I didn't want to overdo it at all, but I also hadn't gone on a run in months. Like, it's been so long, and that's because I've been doing HIIT workouts, and I've been really loving that, but it was a really nice change to go back to running for a little bit, and I just had a blast. So I did that, and then I came back home and got ready, and then actually had some time to make a full coffee breakfast type situation, and just like hung out outside and ate with P, which was really nice. Again, I think I wake up a bit earlier when I have to do dog sitting gigs, and so I had still woken up earlier, and I wasn't used to having so much time on my hands, and so I just tried to really enjoy the moment with P and spend some time on myself too. After that, I really just worked for the rest of the day, and then it was my day to hang out with Ryan, like for real, because I just got to see him for like an hour on my lunch break on Thursday. So we actually decided to go over to the LA River. We've only gone to the LA River one other time, and I feel like people just don't think of it as a place place to go very often, but honestly, it's really, really beautiful. We went to a different part than we had been to last time, and you can actually go down the bank and just walk along the river. And some parts obviously are a little smelly, but other parts are really gorgeous. It was also just as the sun was setting, so another really gorgeous sunset. And it was just one of those moments where you just really take in the moment and you just want to kind of be in the moment for a while. So I don't know, it was just a really, really nice way to end the week. And then when we got back to Ryan's house, we actually found a butterfly that had unfortunately passed, and it was so sweet. So I took a little picture of it because I don't know, it was just so sad, but also so sweet looking. And I feel like I never really get to see butterflies that up close because they're always flying away from you. So it was cool to like get to look at it. I ended my day on Friday a little early because I knew that on Saturday my dad was coming over extremely early. He was supposed to be coming around 4 a.m., but he ended up coming by around 6 a.m. But he was actually going from San Diego over to Washington State, and it took him a few days, obviously. But he stopped by in Los Angeles to come say hi to me and let his dog go to the bathroom. So he came over. P and Margie, who I've shown in my San Diego video, they played while my dad and I just had coffee, and my dad had some breakfast, and I wasn't quite ready for breakfast, but I just kind of sat and chatted with him for about an hour, and then he went back up. And throughout the weekend and a little bit into the next week, I just helped him with finding hotels along the way. But it was really nice to see him. I know I had just seen him like 2 weeks prior, but I just feel like I don't get to spend that much time with my family because of COVID, and then I just don't live nearby them. So I always appreciate time that I do get to spend with them. That Saturday, I had a ton of free time on my hands. So when my dad left, I actually went back to bed for a little bit, slept in, and then I woke up and I worked on a bunch of work that I had to do. I really had the day to myself. It was the first year that the Olympics had skateboarding as part of the Olympics, and Ryan is a big skateboarding fan. He loves to skate. So he and his friends went to watch the Olympics, and so that gave me the chance to just really focus in on the things that I felt like I was behind on that week. While working on a lot of the stuff that I wanted to work on, I actually also tried this like foot exfoliating thing, which was very interesting, and it worked really well. I think it was popular about a year ago, like peak COVID quarantine stuff, and I never bought it because I was just like, I don't really need that thing. And at the time I wasn't working, so I didn't want to spend random money, but I tried it and oh my God, I could not believe how well it worked. So it actually came in a 2-pack, and I might try it again in like a month or so, but it was very, very interesting. And then that brought me to Sunday. And basically on Sunday, I just hung out with Ryan. We went to a couple of different stores because he's been looking for a new hat because unfortunately P ate his last one. It was one of those straw hats, and I think it was just like that perfect amount of crunchy where dogs love it, kind of like a water bottle. And so he had gone at the top of it, and so I needed to buy him a new one. So we were on the hunt for a new hat. And then also my mom actually sent over this thing called a link. I think it's called like Link My Pet or something like that. But basically it's this thing, you'll see it on his collar. I've always had some kind of like bark collar or something like that because he does have a barking problem, which I've addressed in the past. But this one is actually different. So it's a GPS collar, and then it also tracks his activity levels, kind of like a Fitbit. And then it also tells me if he's itching or if he's too hot or if he's too cold or basically anything that's going on with him. It tells me the activity in terms of like whether or not he's running versus walking, and just makes sure that he gets all of the exercise he needs. And then it also has training tools like a sound for him to come, or a little vibration if he's not listening or barking, something like that. I guess my mom has actually had one of these types of collars for quite a while, and they just recently upgraded. So they gave her an additional one. So now she has a matching one for her dog to P. And they found out that it was also P's birthday, and like that's why she was sending it. And so they gave him a free bandana, which was so cute. And then the only other thing that happened was that I decided to go on another run, which felt amazing. I actually went for 4 miles, and it was so nice. I have not gone on that long of a run in a really long time, and I didn't even realize I was going to go on that long of a run. I just kind of kept going, and I ended up finding this person's driveway had like this massive dragonfly sculpture. It was very interesting. So it was a really cool run. run. I felt amazing after. And then after the run is when I hung out with Ryan and just kind of like looked for hats and hung out together. So that was the whole week that I had. It was a really great week, kind of a typical week, but I think there were a few great little perks that happened, like birthdays and getting new merch and microphones. And I don't know, it was just a nice week. And I wanted to share it with you guys. So that's all I've got for you guys today. I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope you guys are having a really great week yourselves and having a really great weekend as well. I would say take some time for yourselves too. Don't forget to be in the moment a little bit. I know I sometimes get so involved with work and getting things done that sometimes I forget to do that, but take some time for yourselves. Again, I hope you guys are having a really great weekend, and I will see you on Tuesday. Bye guys.